Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because right now we are dumping massively to the downside after basically touching the all-time high for Bitcoin. Now, in yesterday's video, I talked about this 0.236 Fibonacci level sitting at about 71.7K, saying that if we would break below this level, likely we would be reaching this next Fibonacci level below. Now, the reason I thought this was quite likely was because if we take a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we saw a lot of liquidity here. First of all, at about 71.2K for the Bitcoin price, and then even more liquidity at about 70.5K. And that 70.5K level also aligned with that 0.382 Fibonacci level sitting at about 70.6K. So of course I shorted this move to the downside, leading to a nice 106% profit on that trade. And I actually shared this trade in my signals group as well. So if that is something you want to get access to, you can do so completely for free. Simply join my Discord community with the link in the video description. And then once you are in here and verified, simply go to this trading signals access channel where you can just follow these 3 steps right here. And you will also get access to my trading signals completely for free. So getting back to this technical analysis here, for now, we are actually trading below the 0.382 Fibonacci level, pointing towards potentially getting to this 0.5 level, sitting at about 69.6K. One thing that would increase my confidence in actually reaching this 0.5 level is if we get a confirmed candle close on the 4-hour time frame below this level, because in the case that we do not have that, you always have a bit of a risk where on the 4-hour time frame, we actually end up holding this as a level of support and then just basically ranging in between these pockets. So that is just something to keep in mind. And besides that, on this 1-hour time frame, we are also just technically speaking in a short-term downtrend. But if we actually zoom out to the higher time frames, for example, this 4-hour time frame, we are still technically in an uptrend. Now, a potential warning signal to look out for is if we break these trend lines here. I drew out both of these because I'm not sure which one is the more accurate one, so therefore I just have both in the charts for now. Besides that, if I take a look at this 4-hour RSI for Bitcoin, this was recently in deep overbought territory, and now we have actually fully reset back down to around this 50 level. So yes, technically speaking, there is now a lot more room to the upside for this to run. But I think the first thing we kind of have to worry about is to actually find some kind of low here, some kind of bottom in this fast move to the downside. Perhaps it could be one of these trend lines here or one of the Fibonacci levels that I showed you earlier in this video. If I actually zoom out to the 1-day time frame for Bitcoin, currently we obviously have a big red day here, and we are about to fall into this big level of support, sitting from about 70K all the way down to 67.5K for the Bitcoin price. So we should expect some kind of support to come in here sometime soon, because honestly, it would be quite surprising to me if we just fall straight through these big levels of support here. Next up, we should take a look at the CME gaps for Bitcoin. Right here, you can see that we still have this CME gap here at about 67.2K for the Bitcoin price from last weekend. So if we lose some critical levels of support right now, then perhaps we are just going to see some bearish price action over the next 48 hours to fill this CME gap. So that is just another thing to take into consideration. If this pullback really extends further here, this could be a potential price target for this move to the downside here. For now though, I would say it is a little bit early to start talking about 67,000 US dollars while we are still trading basically at 71K, right? So that is just something to keep in mind. I think it is a little bit far-fetched just for now, but perhaps tomorrow it will be a more reasonable thing to actually talk about. Well, all of this short-term analysis has been quite bearish. If we actually take a look at this chart right here, you can see that, on the 1-day time frame, we are not close to actually invalidating this cup and handle pattern, which is currently still targeting 80,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Although, of course, we cannot expect a breakout to literally shoot up to the price target in one straight line. So therefore, technically speaking, so long as we do not break below 66.5K with a confirmed daily candle close, then technically we are still targeting that 80,000 US dollar level. Lastly, taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today. Yesterday, we saw another $900 million inflow into these Bitcoin ETFs. So honestly, this buying pressure has been completely insane over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, there's a lot of FOMO of people wanting to get into Bitcoin right now. But in my personal opinion, so long as these Bitcoin ETFs keep buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin every single day, sometimes even close to $1 billion in one day of trading, I do think that over time this will continue to have an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. Even though, yes, in the short term, this price action was bearish. Of course, we took advantage of that move by just shorting that move to the downside. But at the same time, I do think it is quite early to start talking about full-on reversals in the Bitcoin price, where we are going to like 50K or something like that. At the very, very least, I would need to see a break of some critical ascending trend lines that we have been forming over the last couple of weeks. So to recap, short term, currently we are obviously bearish, but on the higher time frames, technically we are still in an uptrend. And now you know what the specific warning signals are that I am looking out for over the next couple of days. So this has been today's market update. Don't forget to join the Road to 1 Million Discord community with the link in the video description. And of course, if you want to get access to my trading signals, to get my real-time analysis of the markets as things are happening, then make sure to join the signals group as well, completely for free by following these steps right here inside the Discord community. Regardless, if you do end up joining or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.